Hey friends, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel. I have some news that I want to share with you about some changes that are coming. This channel is going to be ending, and I'm going to explain what that means in just a second. It's been a really interesting ride being someone who started an organization by accident. I started the New Evangelicals on Instagram in December of 2020, just wondering if there was anyone else out there who was struggling with the direction of their faith. I couldn't reconcile so many things, like how are my pastors telling me to vote for the guy on the cover of Playboy magazine? How come they're on the wrong side of Black Lives Matter? And why are they saying that COVID was a pandemic? It made no sense to me. And so I started TNE on Instagram, and it just exploded and it became a nonprofit organization. And it's been a really wild journey, something that I really did not anticipate. I am just a guy living in South Jersey. I was never a paid clergy member. I was never a pastor. I was always an all-in volunteer in different capacities. And it's been really humbling and really, it's something I'm really proud of, frankly, that I never knew I had in me. But about a year ago, I went to the board and I said, look, I am not a good executive director. I'm getting burned out trying to hold this thing together and fundraise and do all this content. We got to figure out something different. And in July, we made good on that goal. And Melinda Hale, who was a former board member, stepped into the role of executive director, and she has done an amazing job in the short amount of time that she's been in that role, completely revamping the New Evangelicals into what it always was designed to be, an organization, helping people find a better path forward in their faith and giving them the tools to dismantle or to reject Christian nationalism. It's been really great seeing someone bring the organization into places that I know I never could, because that's just not my skill set. I love making content. I love talking to all of you. I love exposing what's going on behind the scenes in Christian nationalist spaces. I love response videos. That's what I love to do, and that's what I'm good at doing. I am not good at leading an organization. I never have been, and I am thrilled that Melinda is in that seat. She is by far the most qualified person for the role. When I found out through the grapevine by someone on our board that Melinda was interested in being the executive director, I leapt out of my seat and was like, when can she start? I was hoping she'd be interested, but frankly, I thought that she'd be too busy. Turned out that was not the case. So I say all that because the organization has been shifting and evolving, and 2026 is going to be another huge evolution as it really starts to stand on its own 2 feet, apart from just me behind a camera. And that's a good thing. That's how it was always designed to be. Of course, I still host the New Evangelicals podcast, the Tim and April show. I'm still the founder of the organization, but let's face it, we need to be an org, not just a guy with the camera. So what we did was we were thinking about, what do we do with YouTube? Right? There's always been one channel, the New Evangelicals channel. And if you've been here for a while, you've probably seen us try all different approaches. We've done podcasts, we've done response videos, we had different formats that we would try. And some were successful, some weren't. But we decided under Melinda's leadership, and this made a lot of sense, to kind of divvy up the channels. So we have a channel for the Tim and April show. We have a channel now for the New Evangelicals podcast. We have a new show called Advocacy Hour that's also on YouTube. But what do we do with the New Evangelicals YouTube channel? What do we do with this, right? If we're trying to kind of diversify our offerings, if we're trying to platform more voices, what do we do? And so what we decided to do was we're actually going to start a whole new main organizational channel in 2026. It will be called the New Evangelicals. It will look just like this as far as the page goes and the name and everything like that. And that's going to help us kind of have a fresh start and kind of start a whole new chapter of the New Evangelicals. And the question then becomes, well, what happens to this channel? Right? Like, what do we do with it? Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to be able to rebrand this channel under my personal name, Tim Whitaker, or Tim Whitaker Speaks, which is a moniker I've been using now for over a year on Instagram and on Substack. I don't know. I'm not sure why that was so hard to say, but on Instagram and Substack now. And that will allow me to have a channel where I can kind of do whatever I want, and it can be about whatever you guys want to see from me. And so that's going to be the shift. So this channel will be completely shifting in 2026. We're going to start a whole new channel called the New Evangelicals that will happen in 2026. And we separated out our other media offerings on YouTube. So please make sure to go subscribe to Advocacy Hour, the New Evangelicals podcast, the Tim and April show, our YouTube YouTube Shorts channel, and of course the new hero channel, the New Evangelicals. I would love to know if you have any questions. You can put them in the comments, but that's the plan. I'm really proud of the direction the New Evangelicals is heading in. I'm thrilled to see how it's been evolving and what it's going to shape into in 2026. And I will be here still underneath this channel, but also, of course, still hosting the New Evangelicals and Tim Rabel Show. Thanks so much, friends. See ya.